Welcome to A Healthier, Happier You, the people working to make it happen. I'm Evan J. Cholfin from Luxhammer, where we help the brands that help you live healthier and happier. Today, I'm joined by Megan Picurro, Director of Marketing at Mario Badescu Skincare, a pioneering brand that's been transforming skincare routine since 1967. Megan, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So, Mario Badescu is such a rich heritage. How do you balance that legacy with modern marketing approaches?
That's a great question. We do have a rich legacy. The thing about marketing and modern marketing approaches is that we do toe into them, but we still rely heavily on how we originally marketed ourselves, which is through word of mouth. We're an intergenerational brand. We've been very fortunate. Products have been passed down generationally, like our drying lotion, which is an iconic product which helps clears a pimple overnight. It's that little pink serum bottle that you dip a Q-tip into. And then in today's age, there are just so many influencers out there, a lot of digital marketing, and we just try to keep our brand voice authentic to who we are. And we try not to overdo it really either. We've still been fortunate where we have influencers and celebrities just mentioning us, just name dropping. That's been really lucky for us. We try to make the products speak for themselves. And I guess marketing has become more difficult in a world of thousands of skincare brands. I mean, there are just so many out there on the market today. How do you stand out? And a lot of times we stand out with our heritage, with our legacy. I mean, we're a trusted brand over the years.
Yeah, definitely. And what makes Mario Badescu's approach unique in today's crowded skincare market outside of your legacy?
So I think for us, what makes us unique is that we play in a space that's both luxury and sort of accessible to people. So we have products that range in our line from anywhere from $8 to $45. We use luxe ingredients. We make prestige product that is more affordable. And that's because we make and manufacture almost everything in house. So we're cutting out a lot of the costs. We're cutting out a lot of the middleman there. And we stay true to our heritage using very high quality ingredients, botanicals. We use our salon in Manhattan, which has been a part of our brand since the very beginning, to help us develop new products, to test new products, to give us feedback, to say what's working, what's not working. So we also have that pipeline, which is sort of our secret weapon, is that we're using our products at our salon in Manhattan and we're getting like actual feedback from not only estheticians and professionals, but people going in for facials.
Definitely. So you mentioned influencer marketing and you mentioned digital marketing. Maybe you could elaborate a little bit more where you're focusing your marketing energy right now.
Well, digitally, we're trying to have a little bit more fun with our ads. We're trying to be a little bit, show more of our actual personality as a brand. We're a family owned brand. We're one of the largest still family owned brands out there. We haven't been bought up by the big, eight conglomerates that own pretty much every cosmetic and skincare brand out there. And I don't think that the owners really want to do that. So our voice tends to be more authentic and more playful and more fun and more real because it's not just, a bunch of venture capitalists money or anything like that. We let our social media people really kind of create the stories they want to tell around Mario, which has been really beneficial to us because we're able to communicate with people at a real level, at a community level. And just piggybacking onto that, talking about community, we've been really focused on community in our marketing because it reflects back to our legacy of word of mouth marketing. We're really working with just like real people out there, community members, getting people excited, working with different like sororities and colleges out there to get our products out there because if somebody likes something, they're going to tell their friend, they're going to tell their little sister, they're going to, there's going to be buzz around it. And we find that, with all the noise out there, just talking to people directly is really how we're getting our message across rather than maybe just like paying an influencer to just mention our name, say, oh, okay, Mario Badescu's great. They have this great facial spray product. Or using the voices of real people too.
Yeah, definitely helps. Who's your core customer demographic and has that shifted recently?
Wow, it's shifts here and there, but mostly we range. I mean, we have entry level products like our facial sprays, which people start buying them pretty early. I mean, young people are using skincare much earlier now than they were in the past. They just want to be a part of it. So you might see a bunch of fifth graders or middle schoolers going to our display in like an Ulta store or Sephora and grabbing our facial sprays. So we have that market, we have those demographics, and then we have a more mature customer as well, looking for vitamin C's for sensitive skin. Not everybody's skin can handle vitamin C, but we have a great product in our line, which is our vitamin C serum. And the formulation is such that anyone can use it. Somebody with sensitive skin can use it. And then we have some who are 65 plus. I mean, if you look online, you Google our name, Martha Stewart is still talking about us. And she's been using our products since she was a teenager, and now she's 60 plus. So that really shows you that we have a very broad demographic there. And we do have to split up our marketing messaging for each of those demographics because they are so broad. We can't talk to the Gen Alphas of the world the same way that we talk to somebody who's been around a little bit longer. So we try to educate the customer in our marketing, and we aim that messaging and that education in like age appropriately, to say the least.
Yeah, how do you split that up, and how do you balance that, considering, of course, you have a marketing budget to spread across those different demos?
Yeah, so something recently we've been doing with Gen Alpha is we've been inviting them into our headquarters and doing different things called skin schools. And we do this in different regions too when people can't go to our actual headquarters, but we do a skin school and we gear it towards the Gen Alphas where we're using language that's super simple, teaching them about formulas that are easily digestible, and we're talking about products that they might need. So that's a facial spray, or maybe it's a drying lotion, or maybe it's just how to take care of your skin. They're about to become teenagers. Your skin starts to change. You really want to start taking care of your skin. And then maybe for an older customer or even just millennial base, we're be a little bit more complicated and layered with our messaging because we find that this customer has been educated throughout the years. They're very savvy when it comes to skincare. So we're meeting them at their level. So the imagery might look a little bit more minimalist. The verbiage might be a little bit more complex. We're gearing our visuals to different demographics based on product and based on where they're at in their journey with skincare.
So, for those who are not in the know, what is Mario Badescu known for in the industry?
Well, we're definitely known for our facial sprays, which are botanical based facial sprays that are for moisturizing, but they do all different things. Like the lavender one is really calming. It also has vitamin C to brighten you. There's a green tea spray, awakens you. It's a great refresher for the middle of the day. And then there's like our really super cult classic favorite is our rose facial spray, or rose water facial spray. We're also known for our drying lotion, which has been shown to really help clear up a surface blemish overnight. You just put a little bit of that pink stuff right on your face. You wake up and your pimple has dissipated quite a bit by the time you wake up in the morning. And then we're also known for things like our enzyme cleansing gel and our seaweed night cream. So we're known for using botanicals. We're known for using seaweed and rose and different things that people know about in the world, right? You know what a rose is, you know what seaweed is, and using them to nourish your skin. And Mario Badescu himself has written 2 books on this, how to even make this stuff at home, how to even, use botanicals to incorporate it into your daily life. So we've been doing this for a long time now, and nature really is the way to nourish and treat skin. I mean, science as well, but I think that we do a nice job of sort of marrying the two.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you. What would you say has been your biggest challenge in growing the brand this year?
Yeah, so this year, right now, I can say that everything going on politically with tariffs and this and that, and so opening new businesses, been happening, but it's been slow to roll. And regulations are changing in Canada right now. Regulations are changing in the United States right now. Regulatory has been an issue where not that our products aren't following the regulatory standards, but since regulatory changes, like in Canada, for instance, is how you write things on packaging, how your name is listed. In the Nordic region, even if your deodorant is aluminum free, you can't say aluminum free on your packaging. So we're dealing with sort of like, we have like a bit of growing pains as we expand and we learn all the regulations and regulatory for different regions, even if they don't necessarily make sense to us. We try to always obviously do the right thing, but I think just learning, certain verbiage, certain things just aren't right for different regions, has been a challenge for us this year. But the thing is like we have so much heritage that we can withstand certain challenges, which is nice. We're a steadfast brand. I think we will continue to see, not just Mario, but other brands out there will continue to see maybe hiccups and changes due to what's going on with trade and tariffs in different parts of the world. But we'll see. I mean, business will prevail. I think it'll all work out in the end. There's just a lot of confusion right now.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned standing out in a crowded marketplace, which it currently is. What would you say is your biggest marketing challenge currently?
I think packaging, sometimes we have very simple packaging if we're talking about just standing out. So if you go to Ulta and you look at displays, you can see brands that are just so flashy with their packaging. And we've never been that way. We've always been simple, effective, gentle, and like really sort of considerate before it was cool to make sure your carbon footprint wasn't so large, or make sure your packaging is recyclable, or make sure you're not using too much just because it's going to go to waste. So it's hard. It's hard to stand out in a sea of, I don't know, like neon lights compared to something that's just a bit more simple. But I think that if you know the brand and you've used it before, you're going to go back, because you know that just because it's simple packaging, it's simple, but it's effective, it's minimalist. But I see that sort of as a challenge in the retail space, is that we're just not super flashy.
Yeah. How about digitally? What have been the challenges?
I think just the demand for video has been a challenge. We're trying to do educational videos and we're trying to do all these different things as the web sort of changes how we learn things. We have a lot of products. We have to go back and do videos for older products. We have a creative department. Like I said, we're family owned. Like, we're small, but we're mighty. We do a lot and we keep it simple because we don't want that influx of cash just to get a bunch of things out the door so that it's just a flash in the bucket. I think we're slow and steady, and the demand is like people want it now, 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 and retailers want it now, now, now. Even, and I know we were talking digitally, but even like retailers' digital spaces, and everybody needs different formats and similar things, but in different ways. So that can all be very challenging. And then just the typical how you get your website, how you get people to find you or discover you online. I think that also digitally, and we see this with our global retail spaces, is that a lot of times people will buy more online from us when we are in a retail space. And that, I think, has to do with the first buy is in the retail space. And then the follow-up buying, the second purchase is online because you already know the product. So it tends to be harder in places where we're only online versus where we're in retail stores and online.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So, how are you handling rising acquisition costs for customers?
I think we just pivot where we have to pivot. I don't think that we've been crazily affected by rising acquisition costs. It's changed a lot because obviously the way we shop is different. The customer is a little different today. I do have to say we're very grateful. We're very lucky. We haven't really suffered so much with rising acquisition costs for customer.
That's great. So, what's been the most difficult part of managing the brand's retail partnerships?
Yeah, Okay, so retail partnerships are difficult, especially if foot traffic is slow in a retail store. They really lean on the brand. And now in retail spaces, it's not just about like, oh, we have this whole product spread. It's like your product has to, basically pay for itself to sit on the shelf. And we're looking at productivity now instead of just like unit sales. And, how productive is this product. And retailers also sort of like, what are you going to do to get people into our stores, and relying on brands to get people to shop in their retail spaces, and just demanding more from brands. There's just higher costs to be in these stores. It's very expensive to be in a retail store. And when you're not an Estee Lauder, and you don't have that sort of money, or a L'Oreal, it can be difficult. That's why you see some brands in a space with 9 feet of planogram, and other brands have like a little tiny bit of space because it's so expensive. It doesn't necessarily mean their product is better. It just means they have more money to spend.
And how do you address that?
We have a field team, and we have people in stores talking about the brand. We try to do educational events. We try to let people know online and on social media where they can find us in retail stores if they're out. We try to negotiate with our retailers to give us extra space in stores. What we can do is create a buzz and to partner with them. Because we've been around so long, we're able to leverage that. I think that our retail partners know that we're great partners to them. So whether we're having a viral moment or not, our partners have been really good to us in that way. So we've been very lucky there. It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of communication with the retailer. But it's still hard. You're still feeling that pressure. So we can do what we can there, but I think the pressure is always on.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, what are your main growth targets for 2025?
Main growth targets for 2025 are definitely duty free and travel retail. We're focused and global expansion, but really it's travel retail for us right now. We just started really diving into it last year, but since then we've grown tremendously in travel retail, and there's just still so much more. Travel retail is so different. Yeah, yes, because it's duty free, but it's the way that a brand or a company will own a space in travel retail. It's not your typical like, okay, Ulta stores, there's 1,000 stores. It's each little travel retail store is almost like a little mom and pop of its own. So there's a lot of opportunity for a brand like us to do more in travel retail.
Yeah, that's great. What kind of opportunities do you have with those?
This is really exciting for me because it's like on our cruise ships, right? So our duty free cruise ships, we have a great opportunity to sell our body care and our hair care, which we really don't in other retail spaces, but we have these things. But when you're on a cruise, maybe you forgot your shampoo and conditioner, or you don't like what they're offering you, and you go to the store and, okay, I like Mario Badescu. I'm going to see what they have to offer. I'm going to buy their body wash. I'm going to buy their shampoo and conditioner. So that's been really cool. Also with deodorant, anything, body. So we can tell that they're looking for these different things. So for me as a marketing strategist, that is so exciting. I love the idea of having exclusive products or things that we don't sell in other retail stores that we only sell in travel retail. And then maybe you can get them on our website or something like that as well if you want to do a follow-up order. But those are really cool opportunities, I think, and just like categories that don't get enough light here at Mario.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other categories like that aren't getting enough light that you think are areas that you have ideas for?
Well, I mentioned hair. I think hair is huge. And then for some reason, deodorants for us have been doing so well. And we just started out with one little SKU of natural deodorant. And now we're expanding. We have two more that just came out this year, and we're still expanding it. So I guess you asked me what other products. I'm just talking about what I'm surprised at. Like I myself was surprised that is such a growing category for us. Other things that I don't think see enough light are classic products maybe are seaweed night cream, which has been around for a while now, but it's just packed with great ingredients and it's oil free and it has tons of seaweed in it, which is an anti-aging ingredient. But we're so used to hearing about retinol and things being anti-aging. But I mean, there are so many great ingredients out there that can help with fine lines, wrinkles, keep your skin healthy and glowing. And I think maybe it's time that we as a brand shine some light on our anti-aging products.
I think that'd be really exciting, and you certainly have the products for it.
Definitely.
So, what skincare trends are you most excited about?
I'm really excited about like skincare treatments, these hydrogel face masks out of Korea that are coming out, I think are really exciting. And then there are just like skin tools now, right? So we are seeing those LED light masks like crazy, and people are understanding how to gua sha and just doing different things for their skin that maybe in the past they never even thought to do. So I think that's something that I'm really excited about. I'm excited to see sort of skincare expand in general.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, so, how do you see AI impacting skincare marketing?
I'm really interested in this, and I'm not quite sure just yet because there's so many things that, AI could probably do. I definitely see it being able to help you pick a foundation. I think also just like AI helping you to come up with your perfect skincare routine day and night, what ingredients would work best for your skin, where you need extra love, when to skin cycle. I think it's just a tool to just help maybe people just kind of like weed through product to get to what they need that works the best for them. But it's my little small tiny pea brain. AI can do so much. So I don't even know where to begin or where to think. Like I'm waiting for my hologram face. I grew up in the early 90s, so Gem and the Holograms was like my favorite cartoon. So I'm like, it's Showtime synergy. Like I want a full Gem and the Holograms face. Like, can AI do that for me?
So, what industry challenges are you preparing for?
Definitely, like I said before, just like tariffs, people looking for trendy brands or trendy products, but there are always challenges. And a lot of times just like for us, we've been really lucky, but just standing out in a sea of noise and just being able to just be ourselves and be that steady, reliable product that people lean on. It's not always the sexiest thing, but it sure is the most stable and useful and good for you, easy product to buy out there. Um, you know, so I think that's sort of what I'm preparing for. But mostly I'm just excited. I'm not really, I kind of take the bad with the good. I'm ready to jump over hurdles, but I try to remain optimistic because I'm trying to do something that's not, I'm trying to meet people where they're at. I'm trying to give them a great product, something that they could actually use. I want people to be happy when they use the product. So I'm just an optimistic person, and I think for me I'm not worried so much about the challenges and more just excited about the opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what opportunities besides what we've talked about do you want to try to jump on for this year?
Experimenting with new ingredients, new delivery systems out there for sensitive skin. Like, how can I get a retinol that could really be okay for somebody who can't typically use a retinol, right? What kind of delivery system does it need? How can I work with the chemist to get them to this place, whether it's now or in the next 5 years? How can I look at the white space in the market and work with our product development team to make a great product that fits really well? I just think there's opportunities everywhere. Like again, I'm going to go back to travel retail. Like, what cool product can I make for travel? What product can I put in a better package that would make it easier to travel with? Or like discovering new things about products that we're coming out with. So we just came out with this 2-in-1 nose pore strip, but it's a cleanser, and you can actually just use that little pore strip and use it as an entire facial cleanser, and it just comes in this little packet. And I just think like when next time I go on a trip, I'm just taking those with me. I don't even need to take a facial cleanser with me. I'm taking these little strips. So just like unique ideas, unique opportunities, new ways of thinking about things, just see where my creativity could get sparked and where we could go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we had this conversation again in 12 months, which I hope we do, what would make you feel it's been a successful year?
I would say just more good things about Mario, hearing customers on Reddit just go, wow, I tried their brand new collagen mask and I absolutely love it. Or just seeing more people using our repairing facial spray with hypochlorous acid, or traveling with our products, or just, you know, just just recognizing Mario Badescu as a brand that's been here for a while, and it's a really strong brand. And just because we're not as flashy as some of the other brands out there, that doesn't mean that we're not making super high quality products. I think that would make me really happy, as if more people knew how great this brand was or is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it for today's episode of Healthier, Happier You, the people working to make it happen. A huge thank you to Megan Picurro for sharing her insights and amazing work Mario Badescu Skincare is doing to help people live healthier, happier lives. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit. And if you're a brand or business working to make an impact in health, wellness, or personal care, we'd love to help you grow. Connect with me at luxhammer.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep making a difference.